Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dami. I'm a student living and studying in the Philippines. In this video, I have a very special guest with me and they'll be sharing with me their life being in an interracial marriage for 32 years. As you can see from the color, it explains it all. Can you introduce yourself?
Okay. My name is Lawrence Quatin from Ghana in Africa, and I've been here in Philippines for 32 years. I've married for 32 years now.
I'm Evangeline Quarteng, and this is my husband from Ghana. I'm a Filipina living here in Baguio City.
I want to ask a little bit of backstory, so it depends on who wants to share. How did you guys meet each other?
We met each other way back in 1992 in Taiwan. We were there in Taiwan. I was working, and my husband is traveling, so he saw me over there.
Was it the marriage that brought daddy to the Philippines?
No, when I came home way back 1992, I told him I have to go home. And he said, okay, I will come and follow you. So after a few months, we got married when he came.
Talking about 32 years ago, how did your parents react to you wanting to marry an African? I understand that Filipinos, you guys were used to the white people, being honest, because maybe 30 years ago, enough black have not come to the Philippines. So how did they react to you?
You are right in that because very few blacks in the Philippines way back those years. We have only black imports, we call them, the players of basketball and from NBA. So those years you can see sports athletes, but not as Lawrence here that he is new to come to the Philippines. And yeah, my parents were so excited. They have foreigner son-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, and who is also a Christian. That those things help my family to appreciate and welcome my husband.
Okay. Daddy, can you share your own part of the story?
Okay. Yes, for the first time, it wasn't easy because I'm the only black that, in fact, among the whole, clan in vegan. And also the first time that I was in vegan. In 32 years ago, no black, as I said, it's rare to see a black man within that area or in the province. So it was a little bit challenging. And the most important here is I have somebody whom we love each other, and therefore the parents are also welcoming, and therefore that is a, uh place or time that I have moments, good moments with them, because they were, in fact, they opened their arms and welcomed me. So, but again, it wasn't as easy as normal or without or the same culture married together or coming together. It was a little bit challenging, but so far it was good.
I know even us too as Africans, our parents don't like us marrying outside our race. So how did your family react to that, Daddy?
That is another thing. When I sent the message to my parents back home, well, a kind of at first they were oh, you are our son, and therefore you come to who is going to inherit or who is going to probably take care of the properties we have. So we explained I explained, and then from that going I said, okay, anyway, you are carrying our name in abroad or outside Ghana, so that is already a good a sign or a good thing to do. So we are at your back, and therefore whatever you're doing, go ahead, and we are praying with you, and we like to see our daughter-in-law in days to come. However, we were not able to meet them. They passed away as early, so we were not able to meet them. And also, the sad thing is that because of other circumstances, we were not able to go back home until now. And I do believe that a time will be coming that we will go and then also see my country. But so far, yeah, my parents were thumbs up and they already give me a good signal that go ahead and then marry the woman that you love in your heart.
In interracial marriage, what are the difficulties you guys faced in the beginning?
The difficulties, not so much because Lawrence is very easy to go with. Only that he complains with food, and that's why we, from Vegan Ilocosur, the North Place, we came to Baguio City here because of the food and the weather. So it's manageable. There was no complication.
Okay. Let Daddy share.
Communication, because the way I communicate back home is different from the way it's communicated here. So sometimes we have miscommunication. But again, because it is easy to amend it, we can easily, or we were able to, in fact, fix it and then move on. Number two is the food. As my wife explained it a while back, is yes, the food was this. That is my main problem. The first time, the food, how it is cooked, because here in Philippines, at least when you get as long as the rice is cooked, the rest have no problem. But my country, the viand alone, you have to cook, you have to prepare it for maybe 6 to 8 hours before you prepare the food. So whenever they say the food is ready, I look at it and then I lost appetite. Because, for example, they say soup. The soup, you can see that you can even look at your face in the soup. The soup, my soup is quite different, and then they call my soup stew. So these are some of the things that was a struggle. And then another thing is culture. Yes, we have similarities, but we also have differences. Differences, for example, that here, if you married, yes, our culture is the same thing. That family, relative or members come together as one family, but sometimes also we need like privacy, and these are some challenges. But after maybe the first year, and the first year was a little bit difficult, but the second year we were able to make adjustments and understand each other, so that and then we move on to, in fact, enjoy our married life.
How about the language for you, Daddy? Do you speak Tagalog now?
A big question. I'm sorry that I was not able, because you see I don't have the main challenge that I still have is what is easy to communicate here through English. So whenever I'm trying to learn the language, immediately I go to the English because it is easy and comfortable. So when it comes to language barrier, we don't have too much difficulties, because they can express themselves in English, and I can also able to probably share my ideas or something that I needed through English. So the language wasn't so much difficult for me.
So you know that Filipinos always complain about our English accent. Okay, to Mom now, did you find that a bit difficult? Because we talk fast, fast, fast.
During the first year of staying together, of course, my family doesn't understand well because of that British accent. But along the way, they try to they are used to it already. Just like the way he pronounced water, is that there's no water. And the accent, yeah, British accent, because mostly Filipinos are using American English. So those are the things. But the communication is not so much complicated. Communication in maybe with my family, because how do you? It's not it's not too complicated. Yeah, we get along and we
How about
manage
the
it.
outside world?
Yeah, outside, it's not
32 years ago.
30 years ago. Now it's getting better and better. We are growing old. Black
When
and
people
Filipina.
see you 32 years ago being married to an African, what are the reaction you
Ay,
get?
the reaction of people married for more than 32 years, they are so, oh, wow, they are amazed. Yeah, they are amazed that we are still together. But it's only by God's grace. You know the situation here for my husband to renew the visa every 2 years, and for me it's too tiring because it's so unfair. Yeah, unlike other country, if you are married together, immediately there's a residence, but not in the Philippines here. Quite expensive to live here in the Philippines.
So the visa daddy use, do you still pay for it every 2 years?
Yeah, every 2 years because there's no SOP for Ghana and the Philippines. They are
Okay.
still working on it. Those are the things. But to 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 raise our children, it's quite friendly because there are similarities of how parenting for Filipinos and Ghana is quite the same. Yeah, it's quite the same.
So let's talk about the children aspect. So you know, if an African and Filipino should mix together, you don't get this very light skin color. Do your kids face like difficulties when they go out to socialize way back?
Yeah. My children, they are all sons, 3 sons.
Oh.
And they have a big years in gap. They have 7 years. My eldest is now 31, and then the second one is 24, and then the third one is 16. So big gap, like 3 generations.
Mm-mm.
So of course my eldest during that time very few black African Filipina. So I can say that he suffered discrimination because one time he came home and he said, "Oh, why my teacher is it's in the school?" So there was a miscommunication with the teacher because the way he is. So and then the second one is improving because they used to see my children that they are mixed. Yeah, they are mixed. Why is it the color is like this? Then the chocolate color. When they see the father, then they try to understand. Yeah, because children doesn't understand if they don't see
The father.
the father. Yeah, those are the things. So sometimes I let my husband to bring them to school so that they may see who is the father.
Okay.
Without that, there's a discrimination. Who is the father? Something like that.
So you have kids that are mixed. Do they get the advantage that Filipinos kids here in the Philippines get?
Yeah, the advantage is always, especially when here in Baguio is advanced place comparing to other provinces or other cities because here foreigner is this place is something like international place, right? It's a friendly for a friendly place for foreigners. So here in Baguio City, discrimination is not too much comparing to other place.
So while they were going to school, were they able to enjoy like probably scholarship that every Filipino child would?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because they are a Filipino citizen, just like
Okay.
my son. They have all the privilege being a Filipino, though they are half.
So it's only daddy that still struggles with
Yeah,
his
yeah.
visa.
Yeah,
Wow.
only my husband who struggles with visa because he don't he can choose to be a Filipino citizen.
At this point?
Yeah, he can always choose to be a Filipino citizen, but we doesn't like that one because of our children. The children have dual citizen. If they are in Ghana, they are Ghanaian citizen. If they are here in Philippines, they are Filipino citizen. Same as I. I am a Filipino citizen. If I go to Ghana, I'm a resident. Same as my husband. Filipino residents or
Okay.
missionary because of our vocation.
Okay.
But he cannot denounce being a Ghanaian, right? For me
Okay.
also, I cannot denounce being a
Being
Filipino.
Filipino.
Yeah, it's a choice.
So, what is the advice you have for a young generation? Because lately we see Filipinos getting married to black, although it's rare for you to see a Filipino man get married to a black woman. I've seen just one probably, and sometimes they kind of clash about culture. What is the advice you have for them?
You know, if you love somebody, no barriers. Culture doesn't matter. Skin doesn't matter. Or love conquers all. You know, love
True.
conquers all. Because if you like the person, if you love the person, you stand with it to stay together. Yeah. So my advice, I think it's our faith. Because we are both Christian, it's our faith. To be together, mixed culture is not easy because there are so many things to consider, right? And then plus your relatives to come and sometimes say something. But it doesn't matter. As long as you respect, love each other, there's commitment. Love conquers all.
My advice for a young generation coming, well, it's simple. Just if you love somebody, love the person and do everything possible to love the person. And that's whether you are a man married to a woman from different probably race, just love the person, respect the person, and communicate well so that there will be understanding, there will be clear communication, both of you. Second, here is always prepare yourself to make adjustments because that is the most important. You should not complain about everything or anything, or you should not just leave it like that, but always you have to make determination to make adjustments. And my wife, each day we are still making adjustments to understand each other so that our marriage or our union or our love will always be strong and have moments. So young generation, I, I guarantee or I challenge you or advise you to try. Remember that we are all human beings. That is most important. And no matter how good we are, there will always be a conflict. Out of the conflict, we learn from it.
Let's talk about food. Mom, have you tried our food?
I love Ghanaian food more than
Okay.
Filipino food.
Really?
My children love Ghanaian food more than Filipino food.
So,
They enjoy.
Daddy, how difficult it is for you to find your Ghanaian food in the Philippines?
Not too much. That is why I transferred to Baguio. Because Baguio, I can make substitutes, which is almost equivalent to Ghana food. I can make a peanut soup. I can make fufu cassava. I can before about 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I can buy plantain. I can buy plantain and then prepare a fufu to eat. So when it comes to food, only that every week I make sure that I eat Ghanaian food because my wife always sometimes will complain because the budget of preparing Ghana food is maybe
More expensive.
10 times of the budget of a Filipino food.
Yeah,
So you always you make sure, but I understand because we are living in a tough or tight budget. So we need to regulate our money or our finances in such a way, especially that we have children. We need to consider the children, not necessarily everything that I needed, I need to do it. So once, at least every week, at least two or once preparing Ghana food because Ghana food is a little bit expensive.
So what are the Filipino food you enjoy lastly?
Oh, okay. Filipino food I enjoy is Senegal. Passiu. That's
Okay.
passiu. And yes, I love that. That's the only one I love too much. It's, and then pakbet, because my wife is a Lucano, so he couldn't. But the one I don't like is then.
So thank you guys for sharing your experience with me, and maybe some other people will watch this and they'll be able to like learn from you guys, because 32 years in marriage, whether same culture or different culture, it's not a joke.
Yes. It's a yeah. That's one thing. That's what I said. You need very committed and devoted, that you stick on it, because there are a lot of challenges. There are a lot of struggles along the way. But once you have committed that this is the woman or this is the man I really wanted to be with, that is good enough to overcome every challenges or every difficulties. So if you are ready to marry or have someone other than your culture, the one thing I can say here, that make sure to prepare your heart. You prepare your commitment and patience. If you don't have these two ingredients, then don't try, because at the end you will get frustrated and then you leave somebody. Especially, it is also not good that you will probably have a child and then eventually you abandon the child. We have so many cases here that some Africans have abandoned their children. I'm so sad to hear this, or it's a very shame of doing so. So again, if you want to, you love somebody, please prepare yourself, pray hard, think well before you engage that relationship,
Yes.
so that you don't, in fact, disturb some, some a child who is innocent about the situation or what you're going through.
Thank you guys for sharing with me, and for the viewers, thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you also. I hope we believe that what we have said, or a little thing that we have said, will be meaningful for you to think about or think through, so that you can able to make a concrete decision.
Yes.
Well, and racial marriage is, there's a pressure, there's an enjoyment, there's everything. It is not something
There's
that
respect.
there's a
and
respect. There's
commitment.
a respect and commitment to us. So let us, yes, once God has brought you here and then you have a child, it's okay, we go ahead and then let's marry all the Filipinos.
All right, bye guys.
And the Filipinos also married our women. Sometimes I heard from one Filipino that, oh, the way the structure and then the way our African women look, very difficult for them to marry them. They are afraid to approach them. No, they are as the same as Filipinas. So don't go. Yeah, approach them. They are also the same women being as Filipinos. Approach them, and they are ready to help you.
Chocolate.
So marry our women, and then you're also going to marry your women.
All right. Thank you.
God bless you all.
Bye.
God bless you. Bye. Bye.